Wow. What's going on with the tripod? Have you used the bubble? Whoa! Oh! The 2022 World Cup season has been filled with drama and many exciting moments, and there's going to be some more as we wrap things up at Val Di Sole on the famous Black Snake downhill track. Before the racing begins this weekend, let's get you up to speed ahead of the final race of the 2022 World Cup season. To kick things off, last weekend we saw the rainbow jersey being awarded to the new world champions of Jenna Hastings, Jordan Williams, Val Di Sole and Loic Bruni. We caught up with Jenna to see how she was feeling after the biggest win of her career so far.
I honestly don't feel any different, which I think is probably a good thing, you know. I'd like to say it hasn't got to my head. I don't think it has. Mum said, she's like, yeah, you're not any different, keep it like that. Just maybe a bit more confident because now I know what I can do. So going into this weekend, I don't know if I'll win, but I'll try my best. I mean, it's the last World Cup of the season and just trying to stay on my bike, stay healthy for when I go back home.
We also managed to catch up with one of the hopefuls last week, Jackson Goldstone, after he had an incident. We're not really sure what happened in his run, so we found him and we asked him.
It was a bit of a disaster, not gonna lie. Crashed like right across the first split and then just like raged the whole rest of the track. Still thought I could do it, and yeah, brought back pretty much all the time, and then just had another silly one that didn't even like think was gonna happen down bottom. Yeah, that was a bit annoying, but yeah, still motivated for this, kind of reset a bit, and yeah, hitting this race with some new eyes, so excited.
As it's the final round of the year, we've done what is tradition, cracked out the calculators, typed in some numbers and trying to figure out who is going to win the overall series this year in each category. And we typed in a few, and Jackson Goldstone, you already won it. He won it back in Mont St. Anne, so that is no stress. He doesn't have to worry about a series at this event, so is he going to go out for redemption after what happened at World Champs last week? In the junior women's category, Gracie Hemstree is leading the series by a decent amount. But when you look at how the points are distributed, she would need to finish in second place if Phoebe Gale took the win this weekend. So the pressure is still on for Gracie to perform this week, and it is not going to be a walk in the park. When it comes to the elite men's overall, only one person can deny Amaury Pierron that overall win, and it's Finn Iles. And he's 249 points behind, so he has to win qualifying and race to take the overall. And that's going to be a pretty big ask, given he didn't even race World Champs last week, and we don't even know why. Apparently he maybe had a crash. I'm hearing rumours he maybe broke a helmet. It's very hard to know. Luckily, we have a man on the task that's going to go find out what happened. Dave? Yeah, ask him now.
So it was the last practice run. I normally do 2 on race day, and on the second one, just at the top, I lost the front wheel, and it should have been like a regular slide out, but as I fell, I got unlucky and there was just one big root, and I sort of just pile drived into it with like my head, and my neck twisted funny, and when you hit your funny bone on like a table, it was kind of that exact feeling, but my whole body. So I like grabbed and I like fell, and I like grabbed my neck, and I was like, whoa, what happened? And I like slid off the track and like laid down and sort of just lied there, and I was like, maybe a medic needs to come, like maybe there's something wrong, but I had full feeling. And then I went to the bottom and I got like tested, concussion tests, my neck looked at and everything, and they decided it probably wasn't good for me to race, especially after having a head hit, what happened to my neck. And I think we made the right call, and this week I'm feeling a lot better, like I'm feeling a lot more like myself, and my head feels good. It's just like a matter of getting my neck to work so that it's not like pulling, because it's in here, it's in my neck, like lower down, and it's like pulling on my head a little bit, so it's kind of screwing with my eyes and my focus a little bit. But the last 2 days I felt basically like myself, and I've passed a concussion test, so just a matter of getting everything else in line.
The biggest fight of the entire series is in the elite women's category, with 3 women that could take the overall title. Camille Balanche currently leads, and despite fighting through her injury and making it to World Champs, she is not on the same pace as she was before. Val Di Sole currently sits in second, 119 points back, and Miriam is third and behind by 180. Camille won't have an easy weekend, as to stay ahead she will have to make sure to find at least 131 points if Valley wins the race, which is 4th place if she has a bad qualifying and doesn't gain points in qualifying. Or Camille will need 70 points if Miriam wins this weekend, which is about 8th position. So qualifying finish will affect this, so don't get all angry with me and you're like, she didn't win and Ben said she needed 4th. Yeah, that's the way it works. Complicated. On a different note, this race is special for another rider, Florent Payet, who we mentioned was doing his 100th race a few rounds ago. This is his final World Cup race of his career. He thinks, because you never know, he might do a Cathro and come back. So he's someone that's been around the World Cup circuit for ages and real good dude, so we had to go catch up with him and see how he's feeling.
Yeah, special one for this weekend. Last race in gnarly track. Yeah, it's going to be an emotional weekend, and I need to stay focused to go down the track for sure. It's a really hard track, so a lot of lines, and I need to be in the race mode for sure. I have a lot of moments I can't never forget in this 19 years racing World Cup. One of the best memories will be 2016 here when I get a medal for Worlds. And we did 1, 2, 3 with Mundekers. It was like historic day. I'm just happy to be part of this big family, and have a lot of mates all over the world. That career just brings me so much love, if I can say, and so much confidence in my own life. So that's a big key on life, I reckon. Still going to be part of the downhill world, but on the other side of the tape. And the goal is to race different races like Crankworks, French Cup, French Champ, and still enjoying racing. And I think if I race, that's going to help me to help the others as well. First, I want to thank all my parents' family, because they was the first sponsor in 2003 when we came in Europe, big travel, and so without them I will not be there. There's a lot of people I want to thank, they probably recognize them, especially Patrice Aflaté, my manager, we did 50 World Cup in 100 together, so that's kind of a lot, and we're still working together, and the future is with him, so big thanks to him, and can't wait to go forward.
How about Laurie Greenland though? Broke his foot at World Champs last week, raced 5th, nearly podiumed as well. If it wasn't for the head, when he probably would have finished in 3rd with a broken foot. What? That's not normal. So wondering if he's going to race this weekend. Also went to catch up with him, see how he's looking going into the roughest track of the year.
It's kind of one of these tracks for me that I just gel with. Never been quite sure why. I think quite a light rider as well here, I think, 'cause it's so rough on the arms and stuff, but it's been good to me in the past this week, and top 4 in the overall at the minute, and I want to try and keep that. So previous best, top 5, so it's all to play for as well. With the points, like Greg's a few behind me, he could easily catch up. I'm 25 points off 3rd, and then it's just so tight, so I think pushing through this week and then kind of cracking on with the recovery after is the plan. Yeah, I'm kind of, my head's there, so my foot's gonna have to follow.
And finally, on a positive note, one of the production team's favourite riders, Reece Wilson, is back. He's back. He's been chipping in birdies for the past few months, resting his noggin, and it's better, we think.
Very excited to be back. It's been a long time since Fort William. If I hadn't come back here, it would have been till June next year for the World Cups. That's a whole year, which was too long. So I'm ready to ride. I was riding at home 3 days before I came here, and it felt good enough. So might as well come here and give it a shot, see everybody, see the team, just get the vibes and emotions of a World Cup again before I go into the off season. So yeah, no pressure, no expectations. I have no idea where I'm going to be. I might not be able to hold on after a minute. I might win it. I genuinely have no idea. I haven't got a clue. So I'm just happy thoughts. Mind's good, body's good. Just ride my bike, see where we end up. So yeah, not much on the schedule really.
I'm going to think, I'm going to try and guess. I'm going to say 18th. We're going to come back. I'm going to come back to that. I feel like you'll do a top 20. And that's it for day one here in Italy. Hope you are fairly shifting along now. You're moving at speeds because I've brought you up to it. And yeah, stay tuned. Tomorrow we'll go inside the tape. We'll see what's happening with this track. There's so much to look at. There's so much to look at. I don't know if we're going to manage, but you tune in and find out if we do. And yeah, we'll see you then.
Up a little bit. Yeah, there you go.
How do you say Val Di Sole?
Val Di Sole! That's just so stupid.